All right, we'll get started. We'd like to welcome Brian Harman into the interview room here at the Sony Open in Hawaii. Brian, you just said it. You love to be here in Hawaii, making your 13th consecutive start at this event. If we could just get an opening comment on returning to Waialae Country Club.
Yeah, never missed a year here at Waialae. Love it. My family loves coming. Love bringing them. It's a beautiful place, beautiful weather, hopefully, and the golf course suits me, so I'm excited to get going. Nice to get off to a good start of the year last week. Maui's always a great place to start your year. We're really excited to be here.
And after some time off over the holidays, like you said, finishing T5 last week at the Century, how important was that to get off to a good start to the season?
Yeah, I was as surprised as anyone. I took a lot of time off this off season, but felt like I kind of get the bug again, ready to work really hard and see where the year takes me.
Questions?
In terms of taking a lot of time off, how much golf do you think you played in November, December? Like how many rounds-ish?
We'll set the over-under at two total rounds. And yeah, somewhere around there.
And is that something like you planned to do that, or it just kind of happened? You were doing other things and just didn't.
But after last year, especially after the Ryder Cup, I was really exhausted. I really needed some time to just completely get away from it. And I mean, it's the only way that I'm going to play well at the beginning of this year was to take that time. So you have to build in that period. You have to have things that you like to do. At least I do. I have to have other things that I enjoy doing, and I can occupy my brain doing everything.
And in terms of, is there something to be said for just, I guess, feeling mentally refreshed after that break? And is there anything you just notice intrinsically when you're out here that helps because you feel more refreshed than kind of like at the end of the season?
Well, what's interesting is like the longer that you take off, the harder it is to like start like right when you come back, because it's like we're packing up to go to Maui, and I was like, I can't believe that I still don't want to go like play golf right now. Like I'm still in like off season mode, but like once like Maui sort of started going, I started preparing. I was like, oh, this like feels really good. Like I really enjoyed last week. I love trying to compete, trying to chase down Kirk on Sunday. Like all that stuff is like why I play the game. So a lot of good feelings and like really excited to like keep going.
Okay.
You ever stayed with Kirk on the road in the last year?
Yeah. Yeah. He's done a really good job trying to. We had like the greatest time in college. Like we've got the best group of friends. And like amateur golf and stuff, we would all stay together. And Kirk over the last couple of years has done a really good job of trying to like get everybody back together. Hey, we've got like a group thread where they're trying to
The Bulldog thing, right?
Yeah, just organize, trying to organize and guys, splitting houses because our kids are all getting pretty big and they're not traveling near as much. We're all ended up by ourselves, so he's been kind of the ringleader with that.
Do you feel like you have a big advantage over a lot of the guys in the field? Not this week, but year, just because of your place in the SIG events?
It certainly helps. It helps you build the schedule, but it's still like you still feel like that pressure of trying to do well in the FedEx Cup because you're like, well, like even though like I've got a long exemption, which is really great, it's like if you're not in the signature events, it's like it's gonna be a hard road to get back into them. And so like I'm trying to stay as sharp as I can to try to finish as best I can on the FedEx Cup. So I'm already looking at the schedule like, all right, I'm probably gonna have to play here. So it's no matter what stage you're at, it's always that same amount of stress as far as like where to finish, like how much you're having to play. There's always like a hill to climb wherever you are.
It's early, but can you draw any type of comparison to what you're feeling inside of trying to protect your position and starting out and trying to keep your card?
Yeah, I mean, it's I keep trying to like kind of remember how. I mean, obviously I would have been stoked to start the year with T5, and like it gives you a little bit of breathing room. You seem like, but the most
fifth last week.
Thanks, Jeff. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, thanks for keeping up. There's just like you just learn to live with that stress of like either trying to win a golf tournament, trying to keep your job, trying to bump your way up the FedEx Cup. I mean, it's always there. That stress is always there, no matter what stage you're at.
Adam, do you have a question? Good. All right, Kevin? Oh, okay.
Go for it, man.
I wanted to, just kind of removed from it all from a year or so. There's always sometimes been a trap when a good player takes that huge step and wins a major, that he has to live up to being a major champion.
Right.
Swing-wise, have you felt that? And if you do, how do you resist that?
So, I've only won 3 times. The other 2 times I won, I didn't really like the way that I responded to winning. It was like I worked so hard. All I wanted to do was win a tournament, and then I'd win, and then it's like you have to take like a breather, like, oh, thank God, like it finally happened. The difference that I felt after winning the Open was more of like, wow, that was so cool. I would do anything to do that again. And so I'm almost like extra motivated to stay at that level where I know that I'm in a place to where if I popped off a big week that, you know, something cool could happen. So I'm super motivated to keep my game in a place where I'm like ready to do something else, if that makes sense.
It does, but nothing like swing-wise. Like,
No, I mean,
I need to.
no. To me, I proved to myself that like I'm capable of doing things that I didn't realize I was able to do. So if I stay in that mind frame and I can execute, then, you know, hopefully I'll surprise myself a few more times before I'm done.
Kevin?
And I know this was your first start as a tour member back in 2012. Do you have any kind of vivid memories from that week?
Yeah, I have a funny anecdote from that week. So I'm playing with Matt Every, who was one of the funniest guys, and there's always a couple of sponsor exemptions. Like Sony would a couple of sponsor exemptions. So we're playing with this kid, and Matt and I, he's very nervous, and there's photographers all over the place. And he actually, I think, dribbled a couple off the tee boxes. And Matt and I made the comment, we're like, don't think this kid's got it, right? Don't think this guy's going to make it. Hideki Matsuyama.
So he did
yeah.
make it.
So Matt and I, every time we say, we would joke about that. Like, yeah, we missed. We missed on that one.
He literally did, like, he topped the shot.
Yeah, no, he was probably like 16 or 17 years old. You know, I'm whatever, 22, 23, 24, however old I was. And, yeah, he's just like nervous beyond all belief. And, he missed the cut. Didn't play good at all. I don't think I've ever talked to Hideki about it. But Matt and I talk about it all the time. It's like, well, win some, you lose some.
Did you see any clips of Kiz in the booth last week?
I heard a couple. I thought he did a great job. We've got some mutual friends that love golf, and I texted them, and they all said he did great. So I knew he would. I mean, he's a witty dude, and he's kind of born to do that, I think.
And then random, but do you have what are your thoughts on Fran Brown? I know there's kind of a unique, the Georgia coach who's the Syracuse coach. So.
Yeah, he's we're gonna miss him. He was incredible for us. He's a great recruiter. I've got some Syracuse ties. My wife's from upstate. My father-in-law is a huge Syracuse fan, season ticket guy. So I'll be pulling on him, man. I hope he does great up there, and I'm almost positive he will.
Good.
Pretty much removed. What's your strongest memory from the Ryder Cup?
I think.
It's encompassing everything, by the way.
Yeah, I just think that that Saturday that Max and I shared, where we won 2 matches, and we just had like this really incredible day. Like we bonded. It felt like we made like 8 years of memories in a day. It felt like we just really bonded over that, and I got to watch him, be as good as he possibly can. It was for me, like, I'll never forget that Saturday at the Ryder Cup. I mean, I obviously wish it would have all turned out differently. Wish we'd have won. Wish we had 2 more days to play against them, but I feel like I found like my partner in any of those things forever.
Did you guess that going in?
Max and I really started. I don't want to say that we started like being friends, because like we were always friendly. Like but I just didn't know Max that well. And then over the last 6 to 8 months, we started getting pretty close and started just cutting up a whole lot. And it happened really organically, and it was just a really cool experience.
Was there anything in the analytics that said you guys?
Yeah, when we first got there, the stats guys said that we were one of the better matchups for 4-ball. Or not 4-ball, for alternate shot portions. So, yeah, and when we talked about it, we were both really excited to play with each other, and I wish we. I mean, we ran to a buzzsaw Friday morning and got beat. But like I said, all day Saturday, it was just one of those special days. Max was playing great. I was playing great. It's like, man, like this is so much fun.
What's the, you guys are both smart people. I'm just curious what the difference is in your intelligence level.
Intelligence.
In terms of what you know and how your mind works.
Well, as
How does that
off the
differ?
course, we probably couldn't be more different people. You know, he's West Coast, University of Cal Berkeley. You know, I'm a redneck from South Georgia, but on the golf course, I mean, he's a killer, and I love that mentality about him. Like he wants to beat you by a lot, and like look good doing it. Like he's a total competitor, and for me, like as a partner, you couldn't ask for a better one.
Yeah, even though this is kind of where it started for you professionally, when did you start feeling like you're a veteran out here?
I think when you start showing up to this tournament and you don't recognize anyone that's here, that's when you know you've been out here a while. You're looking at it like, man, like, you know, someone let their kid out there putting? like, nah, that guy's a rookie. Like, well, okay, here we go.
Has that hit yet?
It's getting there. It's getting there. Yeah, gosh, this is my 13th year, so yeah, I think it's full-on veteran status now. How many bags? Zero. How many tournament bags?
Yeah, when you see a guy on the range and you got to do this, but you got who he is.
Man, I learned a long time ago that people that look up and down that range don't last very long out here. Just down that range.
Any other
Playing
questions?
this course any differently than you did when you first started?
Well, they've changed the course a little bit. 10's different, 11's different. No, it's still it's really hard to hit the fairways here. Rough can be really thick. A lot of flyer lie stuff. It's all about getting in the fairway, and then when you get a day that you're hitting a lot of fairways, you have to attack, and that's the day you got to go low.
I feel like people are looking at you differently now that you are a major champ.
I mean, maybe a little bit, but I mean, all the people that are in my circle, like the people that I care about, they give me just as much grief as they always have. So I wouldn't want someone close to me that would treat me differently for something I do on the golf course.
Good. All right. Thank you very much,
Cool.
Brian. Best of luck this week.
Thanks. Appreciate it, guys.